There are two ways we can analyze the marketing of the film Arrival: the trailers and the posters. To start, we'll look at the posters for Arrival. There are multiple posters that we can analyze, including a couple from the international markets that Arrival was being promoted in. To start, there are no visible differences between the marketing strategies across countries, and the overarching theme of the marketing is the same between regions. The overarching themes of the marketing for Arrival, as seen through its posters, are emphasis of the stars that are featured in the film and the creation of intrigue by presenting the main enigma of the film while not giving away that there is a deeper level to it. Let's take a look at some of the examples of the posters that were used to market Arrival. This poster was used to market Arrival in the US, and it is one that advertises the stars in the film: Amy Adams, Jeremy Renner, and Forest Whitaker. The three dominate the poster and split center with the other focal point, the UFO, with Amy Adams' head being even bigger than it. Their names are clearly visible at the top of the poster, while the title of the film is written in a simple font at the bottom. A few helicopters are used to portray the sheer size of the ship. This poster exemplifies one of the strategies of the marketing campaign: drawing in audiences through the stars. People that are fans of these actors will be inclined to see a film that they're in. As for the film itself, very little is given away about what the plot or the enigma are compared to these other posters coming up. Finally, the director's most notable works are listed where it says, from the director of Sicario and Prisoners, which is meant to attract fans of those films into seeing this one. We then have this example from an international, namely Hispanic, market, which follows the same theme. Amy Adams and Jeremy Renner are clearly the focal point, along with the unidentified object. The difference is the poster presents the main enigma of the film in the tagline, ¿Por qué están aquí?, which means, why are they here? The they is clearly in reference to the UFO, which allows the consumer to make the connection that it is an alien and thus science fiction film. The same detail of the director's previous works being listed is used in this poster as well. Here is a third example of the poster in Russian that follows the same strategies of the first two. Besides these examples where the actors were emphasized, there are several posters that stick to the second theme of the marketing: creating intrigue by showcasing the main enigma of the film while not spoiling the presence of a more profound level to the plot. The format of the rest of these posters is the same with slight variations. The big ship is the focal point, hovering over various locations across the planet and shown at different angles. The different landing sites per se are to show that there are multiple ships that have arrived in the film. Again, there are helicopters in one or two to show the size. The tagline, "Why are they here?" is written in the middle across the UFO, with the they referencing the possibility of aliens in the ships. The actors' names are written in basic font at the top, and the movie title is written at the bottom in the same manner. The general idea here is to showcase the UFO, which is clearly a product of a science fiction film, and to present the idea of why are they here. The movie tagline offers some insight into the ultimate meaning of the film, but is generic enough that it could apply to any basic sci-fi alien film. The question, why are they here, is the enigma of the film. Why? Who are they, and what do they want? Though we find out in the film that there is a much deeper meaning and purpose for their arrival, the posters simply set up that enigma in order to draw people in. In this poster from the Italian market, we see the same exact format except in Italian, again signifying that the marketing campaign is identical across the markets. There is one surprising thing that came out of the marketing campaign for Arrival through its posters, and that was a mistake in the location of one of the photoshopped ships. On the left is the original poster with the UFO in what is supposed to be Hong Kong, but very close to it is the Pearl Tower, which is a landmark in Shanghai. The version was later corrected once people noticed the Photoshop fail, and the marketing team released an apology once they started posting the corrected version, which is seen on the right. This could be an example of an assumption made about the audience, that they would not notice nor care if they did notice of the Photoshop error. Though this was slightly problematic at the time, it was rectified and did not seem to have any effect on the success of the film. If that was their assumption, it was wrong anyway, as some people did seem to have a problem with the falsely photoshopped poster, as made clear through the social media response and general outcry over it. Next, we can take a look at a few of the trailers that were used to market the film. First up, we have the teaser trailer, which was released before any of the official trailers. The teaser trailer is only 7 seconds long and sets up the audience for what the official trailers will be like. The teaser trailer opens with the hashtag #WhyAreTheyHere over a misty background and is then followed by a couple quick shots. The shots are of the ship from afar, of the characters in hazmat suits upside down on what looks like the ceiling, Amy Adams reaching out to touch the mist, and then a close-up of her hand against the mist, which is then cut off by the title shot of Arrival with the stars' names at the top of the screen. At the background of these quick shots, there is the sound of a siren, and then music that crescendos to the title screen. Through the shots and music, this teaser trailer achieves the two overarching themes of the marketing campaign, showcasing the stars, which is in this case Amy Adams, and presenting the enigma of the film through the hashtag #WhyAreTheyHere. The teaser is vague enough to draw people in while still remaining quite obviously a sci-fi trailer. Next, we have the official trailer released after the teaser trailer.
There are days that define your story beyond your life. Like the day they arrived.
Signs of what might be called first contact. The objects measure at least...
I'm Colonel G.T. Weber from Army Intelligence.
Pack your bags. You're at the top of everyone's list when it comes to translations.
Priority 1. What do they want? Where are they from? You'll be reporting to me, but you'll be working with him when you're in the show.
That's what they call him, the UFO.
Who's being carted off in the medevac?
Not everyone is wired for what you're about to do.
So what do they look like?
You'll see soon enough.
Every 18 hours, a door opens up. That's where we go in.
It's done. Yeah, that just happened.
What happens now?
They arrive.
They need to see me.
Dr. Banks? Are you insane?
Now that's a proper introduction.
More objects have landed around the world.
This is one of 12. I'm never going to be able to speak their words.
Got 2 days. Figure something out.
I am human. It's their language. We need to make sure that they understand the difference between a weapon and a tool. Language is messy, and sometimes one can be both.
Are you dreaming in their language? It's possible they're prodding us to fight among ourselves.
This is just a way to force us to work together for once.
It's more complicated than that.
How is it more complicated?
Russia just executed one of their own to keep their secret
Got 21 hours.
before they start global war.
So how do we clarify their intentions?
I go back in.
Why does this feel worse?
The official trailer gives us our first insight into the actual plot of the film. It introduces Amy Adams' character and the problem she faces. As one of the country's top translators, she has been recruited to attempt to communicate with these aliens that have arrived on Earth with no explanation as to why they are here or what they want. The trailer depicts some of the other obstacles, other countries handling the aliens much different from the US, Adams' struggle with getting the rest of the team to understand what is going on, and the impression that the aliens are on Earth to attack. The editing in the official trailer gives us the impression that the film is fast-paced and action-packed, neither of which are very true upon viewing the film in its entirety. This is meant to appeal to fans of action films as much as appealing to fans of sci-fi and alien films. A lot of manipulation is done to make the audience believe one thing while the opposite is actually true. For example, the shots of Adams' character's daughter appear to be happening around the same general time period of the ship's arrival. This is meant to hide the reality of the film, that the scenes are actually flash forwards, in an attempt to keep the deeper level of the story a secret. Amy Adams and Jeremy Renner are featured heavily, a strategy meant to draw in fans of those actors, as seen with the posters. All throughout the trailer, the increasing question, why are they here, is laced throughout scenes of action and uncertainty that make the audience want to stick around and find out the answer. It is clear that Adams and Renner have big roles in solving this enigma, even though the resolution is not even hinted at in the slightest in this trailer. The music and dialogue that they choose for the trailers are both unsettling, which contributes to the overall creepy and eerie feeling that accompanies stereotypical alien movies. Finally, we'll have a look at the international trailer.
Good morning. Today we are talking about romance languages. Any news you want to share?
8 hours after landing, there's still no signs of first contact. The objects measure at least 1,500 feet tall.
Mama, what's going to happen?
I don't know.
More objects like this have landed around the world.
Dr. Banks, I'm Colonel G.T. Weber. You are on the top of everyone's list when it comes to translations. I have something I need you to translate for me.
Is that...
Not everyone is able to process experiences like this. When's the last time you did something stressful?
Does now count?
We need answers as soon as possible.
What do they want? Where are they from?
You ready? Yeah, that just happened.
What happens now?
They arrive. Oh my god.
How many?
We're one of 12. We're a world with no single leader. It's impossible to deal with just one of us.
So how do we clarify their intentions?
I go back in.
Well, I guess I don't need to tell you you're putting yourself at risk.
Now that's a proper introduction.
I need everybody working on this.
I feel like everything that happens comes down to the two of us. I know what it is.
What does it say?
Offer weapon.
I don't need an interpreter to know what this means.
We don't know if they understand the difference between a weapon and a tool.
China just threatened to destroy their shell. Whatever they do, France and Korea will follow.
We could be facing global war.
We need to talk to the other sides and work together for once.
We have 15 hours before this all goes to hell.
Are you dreaming in their language?
I know why they're here.
What the hell is she doing?
You trust me.
The international trailer plays on a lot of the aspects of the official trailer while expanding on them and opening up the world building to the audience a bit more. Amy Adams, Jeremy Renner, and Forest Whitaker, the three actors highlighted in every piece of marketing so far, have even more screen time in this trailer, which implies that they are the focal point of the entire film. Adams' character is introduced along with the same general obstacles of the film, which signifies that the audience will be generally experiencing the film through her character's perspective. On the surface level, this trailer confirms the whole strategy of the marketing. Keep the true meaning of the film and the major plot twists a secret. There is more manipulation of scenes as shown through Amy's daughter asking, "What is going to happen?" which heavily implies that she is referring to the aliens, even though in the film, this does not happen until years after the aliens have arrived. Because this is an international trailer, it is being shown to international markets. However, as seen with the posters, there is no visible shift in marketing strategy in order to appeal to one specific market. The alien and action aspects of the film are very much played up, while the role of their language and the linguistics in general is played down. Based on this trailer alone, the audience may assume that it is nothing more than another alien film, but with big stars like Amy Adams and Jeremy Renner. One key difference in this international trailer compared to the official trailer is that the background music is less unsettling. It moves more and makes the film a little softer. It feels even uplifting in certain moments, which slightly hints at the deeper emotional level of the film. In general, this film was extremely successful, and I would argue that the media campaign is partially responsible for this. The trailers are very well done and showcase the wonderful acting and cinematography of the film. The marketing also appeals to all sorts of fans in order to draw in a wider audience. Because of these marketing features, it would be no surprise that a lot of the success of the film could be attributed to the posters and trailers. In conclusion, both the official posters and trailers for Arrival achieve the two main marketing strategies of the film: to emphasize the star actors in order to garner interest from their fans and play up the main enigma of the film, why are the aliens here, to keep audiences interested in finding out the answer. These two themes are done through having the stars dominate both the posters and the trailers, heavily emphasizing the alien aspect of the film and maintaining the impression that this is a basic alien film to appeal to generic sci-fi fans. In the trailers, the film is portrayed as being more action-packed than it really is to entice fans of action. All of this is done together to cover up the ultimate plot twist, which will then be 100 times more satisfying when the audience see the film in its entirety.